Hey Internet, this is the Cow Says Moo, and you're watching the Exploits of Cowgamel, episode 19B, a Minecraft 1.2.3 Let's Play with a bunch of mods installed. That's right, this is episode 19B. I had a problem with 19A with my microphone. I accidentally hit the mute button. So it's uploaded, but the majority of it doesn't have any voice overlays. It was just exploring one. I explored a Better Dungeons dungeon and a ship from apparently Fossils and Archaeology. You can watch it though. In this one, I want to do a little bit more building. Between that last episode and this one, I've done a lot of cosmetic changes over in the village, the Testificate village, and my factory, and I've started setting up my estate. So we'll head over there, and I'll start showing off my changes there before we get started on the building. I don't know how much exactly I'm going to get done building. We'll see what I can get done. So as you can see, I've done a little bit more change to the city wall here. I've just laid down a decorative block at the bottom of it and fancied up the gates here. The Testificates kept wandering off, so I ended up putting these gates in so they wouldn't do that anymore. Added a nice big wall out here on this side. Inside that wall over there will be my estates, and in this area here will be some other nicer, bigger estates than the houses that are within the wall, and then over on the other side. Probably have a good, looks like maybe 4 little estates here, and maybe 1 or 2 more down there towards the docks that aren't around yet. But you come in here into my estate, and I've got a little passageway here. I think I'm gonna put maybe some sort of retracting wall right here. And a little servant's entrance right here, just to put like the behind the scenes stuff of the house right there. And I've got a big stairway going up, and I think I'm going to do kind of a modern looking house here. So I'll have a bottom layer, and then it'll go up to the top layer. It'll be split level and pretty good size with a little garden or something up here as well. Over on this side, I have the obelisk. I preserved the obelisk here, and I've just got it hidden inside, so only Cowgamel can use it, because of course he's that way. It's so cool looking. I know there's more secrets to it, but I haven't quite figured out what they are yet. I assume I need to research some more Thaumcraft stuff, so I might go back and do some more of that too. Put that on the list. The ever-growing list of things I need to do. Come back up here again, and I've built just another quick little staircase going down to some of the features on the second floor down there. This comes down to my infinity pool, which obviously I haven't quite finished. I've got a couple blocks there. But I cut out some glass covers and put them on the outside of this cliff, and then got rid of the dirt blocks so you can actually see off the cliff while swimming in the pool. It's pretty cool, I think. Got a nice little infinity pool. And of course, no rich person's pool is complete without a swim-up bar. And this is going to be the rest of the bar. And I might drag one of the Testificates over and permanently put him in here as my bartender. We'll see. This is going to be a patio. I'll probably have like a barbecue grill or something, a couple lounge chairs, something like that. And then this out here is going to be mostly a garden type area with maybe a small guest quarter back here. Put up a couple trees. I don't know. I'm just started roughing it in for this stuff. I do have a nice little creek that I put in, and this will be a bridge going over it. Oops, don't get in the water though. There we go. And it drops off here into a waterfall to the nice wild area down below that I've got. Waterfall. And my wife and I went to Iceland, and one of the waterfalls there, you can walk behind it, so I thought that was a pretty cool idea. So I've got a nice little area where you can walk behind the waterfall and get dribbled on a little bit from the water. Pretty cool. I think I'm going to put a couple apiaries down here in this general area, so I'm going to hopefully get to that today. But as I said, I was going to keep this little pond because I thought it looked pretty cool. I made just a couple slight changes. This walkway didn't go all the way over before. It kind of stopped in the middle, so I just joined it in the middle so we can walk around. But all in all, I think it looks pretty cool. And I don't know what I'm going to do here, but I left that open as a place to do something neat. We'll see. And I made some more changes in the village itself, so we'll head back there next. We'll use sort of the Zephyr to zip on over there. Oh, I did accidentally kill myself. I was showing my wife the world and flew around with a sort of Zephyr and went way too high and started falling. I tried to make it into the water, but I didn't quite do it and I died. So I was sitting at level 29, now I'm down to level 6. Whatever. Not a big deal. So we'll come in here, and I completed all of these old buildings that I had set up before and added just a couple more as well. So they're all the external or the exterior of all of these are finished. The interior, I've just got floors. I don't know why all these certificates like to congregate in the same building. Usually there's just a ton of them over in this building over here. But as you can see, I have successfully gotten an iron golem to spawn. I didn't create him. Once I got all of these buildings completed and more certificates spawned, they apparently spawned an iron golem. So he's been wandering around fending off zombies. There was a good zombie invasion the other day, and I happened to be using my Sword of the Zephyr and accidentally hit him with some of the area of effect parts of it, and he started beating the crap out of me, very nearly killed me. He hits hard. This building especially, they like to hang out in. I came in over here one time and there were like 15 dudes in here. But it's just a little split level thing with a loft. I'll probably put the bed up on top and maybe a little kitchen or something down here. I do plan on doing the interiors for at least most of these. I'll get out of the way. There we go. As I said, this is just a quick little shop. I think I called it, there we go, Bessie's Bountiful Beverages. And on the inside, I think I'm going to put a couple more signs up here saying what she's got. And of course, being a cow, it's all going to be milk. So it'll be like buttermilk, whole milk, 2%, half and half. Just being silly. A couple more houses. Don't really need to show you all of them. But down here, I've started working on the lower area where the docks and stuff are going to be. I haven't done the docks themselves yet, but I've extended the gravel down here and cleaned it all up a little bit, and I started working on a chapel. This will be the First Reformed Church of Cowgamel, and I've got pews in here and a little area for an altar and such. Right now I'm using this nether rack, but I'm not 100% sold on it yet. Let's do some quick experimenting and see. In my alchemy bag, I've started collecting just one of each of my common building materials to use in the Mercurial Eye. So let's give that a try here. Hit C and put that red wool in there. I thought this might look pretty good in here. Make sure I'm on transmutation mode. And try changing this to red wool, and we'll see how this looks. Most of these buildings that I've been doing, I've been building up with the Mercurial Eye. It's weird, it's almost like being in creative mode, but not quite. As long as you get the Klein Star, you can just keep creating whatever you want, which is kind of cool. Well, see, that looks pretty nice too. I'm not sure which one I like better. If you guys have any opinions, feel free to leave comments, by all means. Maybe a different color or something else that I haven't thought of, that'd be great. We'll see. And obviously it's going to have a roof and stuff, but it's not there yet. I think I might put another icon or a little bit of iconography here on this tower. I've got a ladder back here to go up. Not much up here though. But it'll be basically the bell tower or something up here. So that's cool. Alrighty, and I've extended the walls all the way down to the water. I might have to go just a little bit further with them, we'll see. depends on what it looks like once I get the docks going. Let's go ahead and take that Klein star back out of my mercurial eye here. Yeah, I got everything out of there. I just store that in here so I don't accidentally go around clicking and building things. Alrighty, and now we'll head back to the factory and see the changes I've been making there. You can see one of them, obviously. I changed the outside of the wall to basalt brick. I haven't done the towers in that yet. I haven't decided quite what I want to do with the towers still. But the basalt brick goes all the way around, and I finished up the iron bars on top of it all the way around. So that's cool. Added a couple signs. Welcome to Cowgamel Industries. Please check in with the guard before entering. I put signs on a lot of the buildings in here, just describing the use of the buildings. This is the fabricator, guard tower and stuff. I added a little bit of furniture inside the guard tower. The guards now have a chair, and I don't know what that is. Maybe a file cabinet or maybe a mini fridge. Some artwork, and I've got a sign in there. Do not allow cattle to enter facility. No cows allowed, except me, of course. This is just the stairs going up to the top of the wall and the guard towers. No visitors beyond that point, though. I turned this into an incinerator. Do not leave children here. So I've just got some netherrack down there with some fire on top of it, and then I dropped in some lava behind it just to make it all fiery looking. I did put a panel right here so I can't accidentally walk in, but I can use it to dump stuff if I want to. Pretty slick. It's a small room, so I couldn't quite fit a pressure plate, so I've just got a button for access, or for leaving it. I changed up the outside of this building just using some stone bricks and a couple of the dungeon bricks that I found with slime or cracks and stuff on them. I think they look pretty good. It's got a ceiling now with some skylights, so I can let some light in here. This will be the little administrator's office, and apparently the administrator's got a little flare with some black and white tile. Downstairs still pretty much looks the same with just the rain tank, so I won't bother showing you that. This office has been all marbled up with a little bit of basalt cobblestone around the doors. I think it looks pretty good. Not entirely happy with this door since it's kind of right on the corner, but it's not bad. Downstairs has more basalt cobblestone, and I think it makes the levers and signs really pop out here, so they're a lot easier to see, which is cool. Still have plans for this area. I've been kind of doing some testing, and I think I can get it to work, so that'll be awesome once I get that done. It's on my list of things to do, probably in a couple more episodes still. I've turned my power back down to 25, and I've turned the peat bog off because I've got like 800 peat sitting in my sorter system. The fuel refinery's off too because my fuel is all filled up, or very nearly filled up. So I'll have to turn that back on in a bit. Laser fabs over there. Not much to show. I just made smooth stone out of it. The pump. Just added some more texture down there. I think what we'll be doing today, though, will be down here. I wanted to put a couple apiaries, like I said, over in that wild area in my estates, and I think I'm going to put centrifuges down here to start extracting stuff from those honeycombs. I've got a bunch of the jungle honeycombs. I don't remember what they're called, sticky or spindly or something like that. So I'll start extracting those too. So today I think we're going to start with, well, first off, let's go to the auto system and teach it maybe some like sturdy machines and stuff like that. I noticed that I didn't have those in there. So we'll teach that to the auto crafting system, and then we'll get started on some apiaries. Let's see. Get my remote orderer out. First off, bronze. I need to teach this system bronze. It's 3 copper and 1 tin. So we'll do that. That's easy enough. Where are they? There they are. Tin. 3 copper and 1 tin. And we'll teach it about sturdy machines as well, so I'll need 8 bronze ingots for that. And I'll need a couple logistics pipes. And I'll need to turn those into crafting pipes, which I don't remember what that is. Is that 2 glowstone? Yeah, 2 glowstone, so 4 glowstones. I'm starting to run low on glowstone. I might have to make another trip back to the nether here and eventually. Alrighty, and then we'll head over here and get these 2 set up. Oh, I also made some changes to the sorting rules file. So now, here, let's unsort this stuff. If I unsort all this stuff, everything that I normally carry around with me, I can just right click and it'll all pop into place. I'll include that in the next config file, probably after episode 20 when I do a world download, so you guys can fiddle around with that and see how that works. If you haven't played with it before, it's pretty easy, really. So let's make those logistics pipes. And then, let's see, first I'll need to teach it bronze, because I don't always have much bronze on me. And then teach it the sturdy machine. There we go. Get out my wrench. Import those, and now I can get sturdy machines directly out of my system. Awesome. So we will look at making maybe... Whoa, something on fire up there? That fence might be burning a little bit. I might have to change those fences up, but that's okay. I'll deal with that later. If they burn, it won't do any major catastrophe. Not like some of those YouTube videos I've seen where people's whole houses have burnt down. Alrighty. So let's order a couple of those sturdy machines. I guess 4 of them. If I'm going to get 2 apiaries and 2 centrifuges. And I might add more apiaries over there eventually, but that'll be good enough for right now. Let's see, I'll want a couple wooden pipes. And maybe I'll teach this pistons and redstone engines too while I'm at it. Let's see, pistons, I need 6. Well, actually, if I'm just going to teach it, here we go. 3 of these, 4 of these, 1 iron, 1 redstone. And then a redstone engine. Because I use a lot of redstone engines for just various pumping and stuff. I don't think I'll probably teach it other engines, but redstone is definitely worth it. A couple wooden gears and 3 more planks. Okay. And a piece of glass. And I guess I'll need a couple more crafting logistics pipes, so I'll need 4 more glowstone dust. And logistic pipes, got a bunch of those still. Probably will have to eventually teach it that too, and maybe teleport pipes, but we'll see. Alrighty, so make those crafting pipes. Get my wrench back out. Alright, teach you pistons. There you go, and then import. I guess... Nope. I'm going to have to request a piston. I forgot about that. Now that I've taught it, though, we'll request a piston. Actually, I think the pistons show up on the first page. Yep. There we go. There we are. Like all the pressure plates on the doors, I can just walk around and not have to worry about doors. But they look good too. And redstone engines. Awesome. Okay. So now that we got all that auto crafting stuff out of the way, we can start doing our manual crafting. Let's see. I want apiaries. So 2 apiaries will be 8 tin gears, 8 pieces of glass. I get that going. Eight tin gears. 8 pieces of glass. Okay. And centrifuges are just 6 pieces of copper each, so 12 copper and 4 glass. And sometimes when you're looking in menus, inventory tweaks fails, but not a big deal. 12 pieces of copper. And 4 pieces of glass. Alright, let's get these guys built up here. Here's 2 apiaries. And 2 centrifuges. Awesome. For the apiaries, I'm going to need those to pipe them out. And 2 redstone engines, which I just taught the system. Redstone engines, there we go. And 2 redstone torches as well. I will need an ender chest, so let's see what that takes. 4 blaze, 2 obsidian, wool, and ender pearl. I think I've got a couple chests in my bag, yes. I don't know why I keep chests in my bag, but I do. 4 blaze. An ender pearl. Not seeing ender pearls, but 2 obsidian. And a piece of wool that I want to turn green. Ender pearl. Not out of them, am I? Ah, there we go. Ender pearl. No, I'm just blind. Cool. One more look just to make sure I've got it. Okay. Yeah. There we go. And you can do that after the fact. You can change the colors on the top of the top 3 buttons, but then it requires 3 cactus green, and this way it only costs 1, so I try to remember to do it this way. Cool, so I will have apiaries, wooden transport pipes. I don't think I'm going to put them right next to each other, so maybe I should get a couple more just regular pipes. Cobblestone's fine, we'll get like 4. And maybe I'll need a couple flowers just to make sure I've got enough flowers seated around them. There we go. Alrighty, let's head back over there and get these things started up. Oh, there's one final important thing you need for apiaries, and that's bees. So let's see, what kind of bees do I have? Forest, queen. Oh, I have those different colors. Oh, they all say forest. Interesting. Well, we'll just request them all and see what we've got here. Those are desert, I know that. Steadfast, we'll try you too. And I'm out of inventory, of course, because bees don't stack. We'll just dump you all up in here for right now. Cool. And once I get some honey going, maybe I can make a beealizer and start figuring out what I really want to do with these bees. But in the meantime, we'll just get them to start growing and see what we can do. Get some of the basics out of the way. This is where I died. I was trying to get over here to my teleporter and flew off into the water, but only in the shallows, not quite deep enough. It was so close. There we go. Come on, let me in. There we go. And I think I'm going to put them over here. Maybe like right there. So we'll put this apiary. Like that. Yeah, I think that'll work. Maybe put... how do I want to set this up? Because I got room here for several. Well, for the time being, maybe I'll just go like this. No, not quite. Scoot that over one more here. So, wood, regular, chest, regular, wood, apiary. Cool. And then ender chest in the middle. Dig a couple spots down here for the redstone engine. There we go. Get my redstone torches. And my wooden pipes. And what we're doing is we're just setting up a way to pipe everything out of these chests into my sorting system, of course. That looks like I only needed 2 of these for right now. And I think you can pipe items out of these from any side, but we'll see. We might have to switch these up a little bit. Alright. And get some of my bees out of my bag here. What do I have? I've got meadows. Meadows for sure will work. So we'll go with a meadows queen and get a couple drones. So I want to try a forest too and see if they will work here. So meadows queen. Oh, that's valiant. Meadows, okay. Is it daytime? It is. She looks like she's working happily. Oh, you're going to pump out bees too, aren't you? Oh well, not a big deal. And Forest Queen, are you going to work here? Ah, you are. Awesome. So maybe I'll just put a requester system down here too, so that way when I come down, and I can automate the bees somehow. but I need an apiaries pipe to do that, and so I need some basic components first. So I think for right now this will work just fine. I'll just have to come back here and remember to manually put in more bees. There's no flowers. Let's get these flowers down. A couple red ones, a couple yellow ones, and they don't have to be different. It doesn't matter. The bees don't care as long as they have enough flowers to work. There we go. And as soon as you update, you should be good too. There you go. And it looks like you're still working. Your health is coming down a little bit. Nothing else wrong with this location. Looks like we're good. So we can do forest and meadows here, even though we're in a plains biome. And we can check that by looking here, or just F3, and it'll tell you what biomes we're in. We're in plains. But the forest ones work fine here, so that's awesome. I knew they did in the old version, but I wasn't sure if they still did. Cool, and anything that they create, it will automatically be pumped out, hopefully, into this chest. Kind of waiting to see here, that's why I'm just standing around. We'll see. Come on. Yay, honeycomb coming out of the apiary. Very cool. So yeah, I'll definitely think I'm going to want to add a couple more here. Maybe I'll expand this grass and just put one out here going straight back to the chest. And that's a little tight there, but I might be able to make it work. I might shuffle things around a little bit off camera, but that's the starting point anyway. And then once we get a little bit more honey and a couple more tools that we need, I will automate these with some apiaries pipes as well. But for now, I want to go back to the factory and start setting up some centrifuges so I can turn those honeycombs into things we can use. Alrighty. I'll definitely need to put up a teleporter between those two, because I'm not going to make that run all the time. So let's see, centrifuge. What I'm going to need for a centrifuge then will be a teleport pipe. And some other pipes, maybe a supplier pipe. Let's see. Let me cut the camera for just a second while I think about this real quick. Alright folks, I'm back. I've been kind of making a mental checklist of things I'm going to need, and it's a ton of stuff, and I'm going to need even more than this, so I think we'll just go ahead and get started with this, and maybe I'll set a requester system down there so we can continue going on after we've gotten the basics done. So I think I'm going to put the centrifuges down here in the basement of this building. And maybe I'll put them up against this wall here. Centrifuges are pretty simple. They do need some power, unlike the apiaries. And I'm going to have to be able to pipe stuff into them and out of them. Yeah. I think I've got everything I need. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm going to put up the first centrifuge, I guess, here. And the second one, I think I can put it just right here next to it. No, maybe I'll put it a little further away. Maybe I'll put it here. Do this and put power underneath it. Trying to decide because I need at least like 3 sides available, because power's got to go in one, items got to go in one, and then items have to come out of one. And I'd like to do it with as few things like teleport pipes and ender chests as possible. So we'll see what we can do here. Teleport in, I think, will go here, and teleport power will go down. And then I'll work on getting items out afterwards. So let's make our teleport power pipe. And drop that down here, I guess. And set it to... I don't really care. Whew, that's got a ton of stuff on it already. Well, yeah, that'll work, I guess. And I need some golden pipes. Oh, that's a good thing I brought some extras. I didn't think I was going to be needing that many, but I guess I will. Power. Oh, I'm going to need more room down there, aren't I? Because I'm going to need to set up a wireless system. So we'll just dig down a bit. There we go. And get rid of that. And put the wireless receiver right here. Wireless. I don't remember the iron in the corner. I'm going to just look it up. Got to get used to doing it right. Here we go. Alright, and a redstone torch for one of them, and a lever for the other one. The receiver is this one. It'll go here. And we use 203 for the peat bog, if memory serves, so we'll make this one 204. And then set up the teleport pipe down below it. And I didn't bring the stuff for a power switch pipe. So let's just set up another requester system right over here real quick. My handy dandy alchemy bag teleport system. No, 10, 11 will work. True. And I need a power switch pipe, which is 2 wooden conductive, or no, 2 golden, 1 golden conductive and a lever. Okay, that's easy enough then. 1 golden conductive and a lever. Turn you into conductive, add a lever to you. There we go, power switch pipe. And now we can turn you on when we want you, and we'll put you back on 201. Can receive true. And these guys should have power now when I want it. Items. Yeah, I think I'll just do it like this. Items will go there. And we'll go for, 10 looks good for right now. You can receive, and it looks like you're happy. So we'll get a cobblestone out and attach it to that. And then hook up some supplier pipes to these, which I don't have made up yet, but I've got on me. 2 basic logistics. Oops, I didn't get quite enough lapis. Good thing I brought this with me then, huh? It's always handy to have those around when you're doing some building, because you always forget something. Cool. And I did remember to bring honeycomb, so I can tell it what I want to receive. We'll just say keep honeycomb stocked. Cool. Were you actually flying into this side, or were you just looking like it? Okay, awesome. And powered. So let's turn on that power switch and see what happens here first. And then we'll start working on getting items back out of those. So I'm going to need to set up a new switch down here for centrifuges. Well, that was conveniently gravel. Put this wireless transmitter in here. And put it on, yeah, 204. And just backfill that with cobblestone or something. And get out my basalt. And give me that sign. Centrifuges, and we'll turn that on. Come back over here to that new room and check it out and see if it's working. Ah, stupid doors. Try again. Power's going... Oh yeah, there we go. Cool. And it is definitely turning honeycombs into something else. That's good. We're getting some honey drops and we're getting some beeswax. Awesome. So now we gotta figure out how to get things out of these centrifuges. I guess we'll go above it maybe. That should work. So I'll need to put a redstone engine in here, and a torch in here, and a redstone engine in here, and a torch in there. So I'll need 2 redstone engines and 2 redstone torches, and a couple wooden pipes. There we go. And there's my engines, awesome. Set you right there. Set you right there. And I've got the fixins on me for an ender chest, so we'll go ahead and make that real quick. I did plan ahead somewhat. Oh, I don't have the chest on me. It's still in my bag. There we go. Ender chest. Get that up on the wall here. And it'll look a little silly on the wall, but that's okay. That's why it's in the basement. There we go. And connect a couple cobblestone pipes to that. Throw in our 2 redstone engines. Just make sure they go in the right direction. I'm adding my wooden pipes first. There we go. And redstone engines. And then a couple pieces of cobblestone to clean that back up. And it looks like we're already working. Honey drops going into the ender chest, and beeswax will be leaving here shortly. Yeah, we'll definitely want a couple more apiaries out there. But the reason I've got 2 of them here is now I can tell these supplier pipes different things. So if I want regular beeswax going over here, it'll go into that one. If I've got, once I hook up my tropical bees, which I'll go do shortly, I can tell it to put whatever the sticky resin or whatever it is, I don't remember exactly what it's called, that those guys make. I can put those in here, and both centrifuges can be working at the same time, but I can teach it like 6 or 7 different things depending on what I put into my apiaries, and it'll always know what to look for, which is pretty awesome. And power's working, so we'll just close this up, I guess. Awesome. Maybe I'll go out to the apiaries up at the trees and get those rigged up so they're sending to the ender chest as well, and grab one of those and we'll get those set up as well. I'll clean up my inventory and head over there and then bring you back. Alright folks, I'm back. I was kind of having a problem with my automatic crafting tables not connecting over here. I'm still not entirely sure what's going on, but when I request something over here, it wasn't always working. So I went back and added a chunk loader block over there, just to see if that would help. Well, it seemed to. We'll see if that fixes it. I don't know. I have noticed that a couple of my pipes down in the sorter room flicker red every now and then, and I think it's related, but I haven't quite figured out what the problem is. Anyway, I think I've got everything I need now. Got an ender chest basically, and some pipes to pipe them out to pipe out the stuff from these jungle bees. So we'll head on up there and take a look. Long ways up. Here we go. And I already came up here and kind of was looking at it. I don't know how far down these leaves go, so we might have to do some fancy footwork to get this stuff completed. We'll see. So obviously underneath those I'm going to need my wooden torches. And we'll see if this works on the bottom. I think it does. Actually, I might not need anything else. If I just go like this, get rid of that, put my ender chest right there, which I'll have to make. Get a chest out of my bag here. Ender pearl. There we go. And set that maybe right here. Is that going to work? I don't think that's going to work, is it? It's probably going to try to pump out of the ender chest too. So I think I am going to have to go down one more level. Hey, there is still leaves there. That's cool. Can I attach this here? I can. Awesome. So then we'll put stone pipes there. And the reason I didn't think I could put it up on this level is those wooden pipes would connect to the ender chest too, and I'm not sure how that would interact, if it would try pumping things out of the ender chest when they'd show up in there, as well as pumping from here, or if it would just get all totally wonky. So I just did it like this instead. And we'll put these redstone engines down now. And a redstone torch between them. We'll attach it to the wall here. There we go. And hopefully that should start pumping things out. Let's take that queen out of there. Is it pumping? Looks like it's pumping some of those silky combs out of there. I'll go ahead and leave the princess and drone here. I might have to do a little cleaning up of this area now, but we'll see. Not quite sure what I want to do with that. Maybe I'll just put some covers over the top of it and hide it. Yeah, I could probably do that. We'll just do that. And I'm sure I've probably got a ton of covers already, but that's okay. I'll make more. Every now and then I go through my sorting system and piece things back together. If I've got 50 wooden covers because I never bother looking, then I just go through there and throw them back together again. There we go. And I don't really think I ever even need to open that chest, so maybe I'll just put another leaf down. Or maybe turn that into grass. I don't know. Anyway, I've got these piping into the system, so perfect. Now let's maybe head back to the factory and take a look at what's going on there with these new silky combs too. I'll be back in a sec. Alright folks, I'm back. I dropped those jungle bees back into their apiary there, and then just came down to these centrifuges. I think I'm going to request one of those silky combs, which should be in the system now. There we go. And pick that bad boy up and put it into this supplier pipe here. I naturally got rid of my wrench, so let's get that back out. And silky comb will go here. And now it should start filling up with those from this side, I guess. There we go. So now you should be getting honeycombs, and you should be getting silky combs. Awesome. And it's turning into silky propolis. I don't know what that is. That's a new one. I'm pretty familiar with the old version of beekeeping, but this new stuff he's made quite a few changes, and all these new bees and stuff are new by me. I wonder what you do with the silky propolis. Maybe you put it back into carpenter again. Well, no, propolis you used in the other one. I don't know. Well, let's try putting it back in. Let's just request some of that silky propolis and see what it is. Silky propolis. There we go. And go ahead and put that in there too, and we'll see if that does anything. Keep an eye on this. Hey. I don't know if it did anything or not. Well, we'll turn that off. Cool. Let's come back here and look at this and see if we got anything different out of it. No, it looks like it just stayed as silky propolis, so we must have to do something else with it. Maybe put it in a carpenter. We'll see. Carpenter is another thing I want to put down in this room. Well, let's see what's involved in making a carpenter. I haven't made one of these for a little while. It's just bronze and a sturdy machine. That's a piece of cake. We can do that. A sturdy machine. And 6 bronze. And a couple glass. This isn't something I was necessarily planning on today. It wasn't on my list, but it's appropriate. It matches all of this stuff, so we'll go ahead and throw it in there. Here, let's dump that in there. And go ahead and dump this over here. Let it do its thing. Actually, maybe I should save one of each of these. Put a chest here. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to put just a regular chest here. maybe not quite right there. Maybe I'll put it over here. And I'm going to put one of each of the things you get directly from an apiary in it, so I can teach these supplier pipes each time I want to change them. There we go. That sounds like a plan. And so I'll need to go fetch a honeycomb before it sorts into my system, but that's okay. None of them are probably being pumped out because I'm sure that queen is long since dead. So carpenter. Carpenter, I will put... maybe I'll put a carpenter over on this side under these stairs. Kind of wanting to leave this wall free in case I do put more tanks up there. So I've got a little bit more space for tanks if I need them. So let's take a look at this carpenter and see what it does. I actually don't know that I've ever made a carpenter before. So it looks like we've got liquid of some sort, probably water. Your supplies go in here. And I don't know what that one is, but I'm guessing it's going to need power, so we'll set up some power first. I know that the carpenter is used for the bee stuff now, but I never really got around to that part in my previous games, so we'll get it figured out though. Power will be a pipe, and a redstone, and then I'll need 8 more redstone for the wireless transceiver stuff. And I will need a lever and a redstone torch for the wireless stuff. So let's go ahead and get those made up. And you'll notice I'm carrying around a bee. That was one of the bees I found down in Dungeon Infertile. Just carrying it around so I remember to throw it in an apiary when I get near one. It was sitting in my alchemy bag and I forgot about it when I was up in the jungle area. Oh well. Redstone torch. And did I ever get that lever? Oh, there it is. Thought maybe I was having problems again, but I guess not. Just not standing close enough. Cool, and I will need a power switch pipe, which was the gold conductive. And a lever. Oops. Gold conductive lever. There we go, power switch. And I'm going to need a couple more gold conductive probably. Maybe just one more. Sorry, as I said, this isn't really something I had planned on doing today, so I haven't thought it out much, but we'll get it all figured out here. You okay there? Yeah, you're going to be fine there. So the receiver will go in here. And let's see, the centrifuges were 204. Peat bog was 203, yeah. So this will be 205. And then my power switch. And then I guess I might not need that after all, because I think I'll be okay just like this. And I'm going to come back and change all my frequencies here, but for the time being this will still be fine. So now let's set that up over here in the control room so I can turn it on and off. There we go. 205. I've got cobblestone on me, better than gravel back there. And that basalt. And my sign. There we go. Turn you on, see if you're working. Gonna have to get a door and a roof on this building, but until I decided what I was doing with it, I didn't want to get any of that going. Looks like we've got power. Awesome. And we're going to need fluid of some sort. But for the time being, I think that'll work. I'll get that figured out, and we'll do that in the next episode. I think we've been going about an hour here, so I think I'll just end it for right now. This episode, I showed off all the new stuff I've been working on cosmetically, my new roughed-in estates, the new village stuff, including the iron golem, the church, and then I set about teaching the auto system some new stuff so we could set up some forestry things, like 2 new apiaries over there near my estates and 2 centrifuges down here. Then we automated all that and went back to the jungle and automated that apiary as well, and we crafted this carpenter. I'll figure out the carpenter and we'll work on that next time, and I think we'll probably go ahead and do a quarry next time too. I actually continued recording here and realized that we had already been an hour, so I started recording part of the quarry already. So I'll just put that into episode 20, and then after that episode we'll have a world download and stuff, so hopefully you'll come back for episode 20. In the meantime, have fun and keep mooing.